BKTV is an institution in the area. I know I was super jealous in high school because of the opportunities that Farmington students had that were involved in the BKTV program. It's been around since the 80s. And it's just a neat way for kids to learn, to get hands-on experience, and to also showcase what FHS and the whole community is all about. I have a lot of goals, and those goals changed often. But I think the most important thing is to provide experiences for people, to give them something different to do in their school day besides assignment after assignment on a Chromebook or a lecture, and actually get hands-on experience doing things, creating content, and spreading a message. And I think that there's something in this class for everybody, whether this is what your serious career path is going to be, or if it's just something you're kind of casually interested in. I think there's also some good you can get out of the class as well. Specifically for journalism, I want the students to be able to become better writers. I think that people can tell stories well, but can they write them well? And I think that's something that we, as a society, don't do as well. I don't think we write as well as we used to. So I would like for our journalists to be better writers, to be better photographers, and just to get more interest in that. I think BKTV does a great job of promoting itself, not only in the high school, but also in the community. But I think Nightlife and our website for our journalism program hasn't received the same, we haven't tooted our own horn as well as we should. So that's what I'd like to see with that. As far as for each level of BKTV 1, for the ones, I just want them to get a basic understanding of how everything works, to have an overview of what we do in this industry. As far as BKTV 2, a little more specialized, you start working more on the electronic journalism side of things and news packages and segments. And then for 3-4, keep the same things that we do now, but maybe broaden out a little bit and look into other forms of content creation and try to create a little more diverse portfolio for the students who graduate.
I was always sort of interested in TV. I liked watching TV, obviously, but I always sort of thought, like, I would watch the news segments and think about, oh, who makes those? How do they make this stuff? And so I was interested by that, but I've always just been, like, comfortable on camera, I guess. Like, I don't get particularly nervous, so I thought it might be an easy class and maybe I'll be good at it. My original plan was to go to Mizzou for journalism, so I feel like this is a great step, transition step between there and getting into the real world, getting that degree. And so I feel like being like producer of BKTV looks really good on a resume, and it's going to really help me make that next step. Sort of before, all of my friends and I were really good at doing announcements and all that, and we would just like goof around with it in the studio for like the longest time. It took us forever to actually make the announcements, but it was just super fun because there's so much that goes into that stuff. There's literally something for anybody. And so I feel a lot of those roles, and I get to try a whole bunch of different things that you don't really ever get to do anywhere else.
My favorite memory of BKTV is probably homecoming, the parade. We all got together and it was a really fun time. I took the class because I have a passion for journalism and media production, and I think this class does a good job of preparing students for the industry. I think that TV does a really good job of preparing students for the media industry.
Probably just getting to goof around with my friends and Mr. Lowry, love Mr. Lowry, and like overall just learning how to use the cameras. So when I was younger, me and my friends, we always would make movies in his backyard, or like we were really big in stop motion. So I've always been fascinated with like cameras and that type of stuff. So it's fun, but I'm also learning a lot. This has been my favorite high school class so far. This class has been really fun. I feel like I've gained a lot. I've met some really cool people, some great teachers.